was like, damn guys, I don't. So heartbreaking. Oh. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariétou. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 700 subscribers by the end of July. So today I'm filming a book review, the only summer book review you will need. Let's say half summer book review, because this is not the amount of books that I'm planning on reading for the summer. This is probably like a fourth of those, if I can, obviously. These are just books that I really enjoyed reading, and I'll give you a little bit of my opinion, but not spoil anything, because if you want to read it, I wouldn't want to be that person. I hate it when someone does that. Like, I could go on and on about how I hate that, but let's not go there. So I have 6 books that I really liked reading, and to be quite honest with you, Booktok made me read them. So I'm just gonna tell you if they're worth reading or if they were overly hyped. So let's start. So the first book that I want to show you is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It was so good. I didn't think I would like this book this much, but I really did. It's about this famous person called Evelyn Hugo. So basically Evelyn asks a writer to write her biography, and this writer, she doesn't even understand why she's picked by Evelyn Hugo, but there's a reasoning behind it, and you find out at the end of the story. But it's really a page turner. I read that like so quickly, and the love story that like prevails, it's not the love story that you think. So it's very nice to read, and I read it in like a day and a half, maybe, only because I had to go to work. I just feel like it's so smart. Trigger warning though, there is a little bit of domestic violence in this book, but other than that, I would really recommend it. I love the fact that it's kind of straight to the point, so it's not a lot of babbling before you get to like the 7 husbands and why they're all intertwined and how they all make sense in her story and why Evelyn is the way she is in the present day. So I feel like you should read this. It is definitely not overhyped. I really like this book. The second book that I read, actually we're gonna go in with the Coho books, Colleen Hoover. So the first one that I'm going to show you is Ugly Love. This one is my second favorite of the 3 books that I read. Obviously I need to read more, but of the 3 books of Colleen Hoover that I read, this one is the second one that I prefer the most. It's about Tate and Miles. They're trying to have a friends with benefits kind of arrangement, and they're not trying to fall for each other. Of course, they fall for each other, but Miles is trying to fight back his feelings, and it's really good because the reasoning behind him fighting back those feelings is kind of sad. It makes you kind of cry. All in all, I really liked it because it wasn't that obvious and it wasn't that typical, like cliche. Of course, I mean, it's a trope of like friends with benefits fall in love, but other than like the cliche trope, I really like this book. And I love the fact that all the Colleen Hoover's covers are related to the story. Like there's always a meaning behind the covers, and when I understood the meaning of this cover, it shattered my heart. It was so sad. But yeah, I love this book. Not overhyped at all, actually. The next book that I feel like it's a little overhyped is It Ends With Us. I know, don't come for me, but I know that a lot of people love this book. I know you guys love it. Some people literally were shattered. I can maybe see why, but at the same time I can't. Honestly, I just feel like, yeah, it's sad. Trigger warning, there's domestic violence as well in this book, but I couldn't get into the story. Of course, I was able to read it like very quickly. It's a page turner as well, but I just feel like I thought I was gonna get hurt, like hurt, like butt hurt, but the hurt wasn't coming, and I was like, is that all? Like, is that all you're giving me? So basically the story begins with Lily. So there's Lily, she meets a perfect guy basically, and this guy, oh sorry, so yeah, she meets basically the perfect guy, and she's like, could it even be real? Little did she know, it couldn't be real. It turned out to be, you know, something else, someone else. And then in the middle of her finding out what this new relationship is, the love of her teenage life, may I say, comes back into her life. She sees him again at a restaurant, and it changes everything. It's a bit of a story about how she navigates those two relationships and how this new relationship is really taking a toll on everything she believed in. And so the book in itself, the idea behind it, I really liked it. It's not that I hated it, it's just that I wasn't the biggest fan, you know. So I think it's a little bit overhyped. I'm so sorry guys, don't hate me, don't hate me. If you relate, please give me your comments down below. Tell me why there's a little ick with this book, because I can't put my finger on it, but there's something, you know, I don't know. Okay, next. The next book is Verity. I don't have it with me now because I borrowed it from someone, this nice person. If you're watching, thank you. So basically the book is about a writer that has to finish a book from a writer named Verity. So the writer Verity had a car accident, so she wasn't able to write the rest of her book. So they hired another girl that would have to write in the same style, in the same energy vibe as Verity, which is very difficult as a writer because, you know, you have your own signature. So she's trying to read through the papers, all the drafts that she had, and so she meets up with the husband, and you know, she finds out a lot about their family, the dynamic behind it. They have a son, and the son reveals a lot of things too. And so Verity is in a coma, so we think. Things happen, she moves in the house with the family, the whole shebang. She moves in with the family, and then she gets to know the husband more and the kid more, and they get along, and without saying a lot, things happen before Verity's eyes. She's right there and things happen. Basically, by the end of the story, you really don't know what's the Verity of it all, which is quite funny because that's literally the title of the book. But you really do not know what's true and what's false, what happened and what did not happen, because she finds out a lot of different things through the manuscripts that are very disturbing, like very disturbing. At the end of that book, you will be like, what the hell did I just read? And you're gonna wonder what's true and what's false. The favorite of all the Coho books that I read, definitely. The next book I have is In 5 Years. I just gotta say, I love the book cover. Like, it's so simple, yet it's so beautiful. Like, it's like my favorite thing out of everything. And In 5 Years is the book that made me cry. Like, this is one of the books that made me cry, and I didn't think that I would cry with this book, but it really did. It made me cry in the metro. Like, it really did, because Danny, I think it's Danny, yeah, Danny has the perfect life, like the dream life that she wanted, like the perfect boyfriend that will turn into a fiance during that special night. And then she gets the job that she wanted the same day she gets engaged, and like everything falls into place. Like, she's getting everything she wants. And on that night, she falls asleep. When she wakes up, she's 5 years in the future with another man, another ring, and another apartment in Domo. And it's just completely different, okay? Now she's so confused. She spends an hour with this stranger, and then when she falls back to sleep, she's back 5 years in the present with her new fiance and everything. But then the 1 hour she spent with that complete stranger, like, it changed everything. You know, when you're like, would I want to know what happened to my future, or go back in the past and relive things. And some people are like, I wouldn't want to go in the future because I would act accordingly in the present to still have that future. But if you change the way you act in the present, you won't get the future that you saw. You know what I mean? Does it make sense? Anyways, that is why in that book she was all mixed up, because she was like, I don't want to have this future. Like, I love the men that I have right now. She tries to avoid every single thing that could lead to that part, but then she sees the guy that she was with 5 years down the line, and he's her best friend's boyfriend. So she's trying to understand how in 5 years she's gonna end up with him if he's her best friend's boyfriend. And the way it unravels, it's like so heartbreaking. Oh, it's not the love story that you think it is. Like, definitely, I read the back of the book and I was like, oh yeah, okay, it's not the love story you think that it will be. No, it literally isn't. It's truly a book dedicated to friendship. It really is. And it's so cute, yet so, like, it's the greatest love story. That's all I can say. I really just like this book, so this is definitely not overhyped. Next is one of the slowest of slow burns that I've seen, that I've read ever. Like, this book is like the slowest slow burn, literally. Like, Bridgerton is nothing compared to this, okay? This book, The Spanish Love Deception, I was like 200 pages in before they kissed. Like, I was like, damn guys, like that much. Like, it took 200 pages for them to even go to Spain, and the title is Spanish Love Deception. Come on! The book was good. So basically, Catalina has a nemesis at work. Of course, enemies turned into lovers trope. So she has a nemesis. She really doesn't like him. She would do anything not to be close to him. But him, he's not the same. Like, he doesn't care. He likes to bug her, but at the same time you just realize that he kind of likes her, you know. But Catalina's sister is getting married, and she told her family from Spain that she had a boyfriend, an American boyfriend, and she lied. Of course she did. So before going to Spain to attend the wedding, she has to find a boyfriend, and of course she doesn't have one. She doesn't know where to look at, and she's like, no, I'm not gonna hire an escort. But then her nemesis, her nice coworker Erin, offers to be her fake boyfriend. At first she says no, but then when she realizes she doesn't have any other person to go with, she agrees. And so they go to Spain, they attend the wedding, and the rest is history. The only thing that was annoying too is the fact that she couldn't realize that he was crazy about her. You know, when you read it and you're like, he's literally, he sees you in his soup. Like, he literally could suck your toes. Like, he likes you. Can't you see? Yeah, that was definitely that one. And the last one that I will share with you guys is The Love Hypothesis. This too has a little bit of like dating the authority-ish. So basically Olive is a PhD student, and she is a lot of the times at the lab. Her friend always wanted her to go on dates, have a little bit of fun, and she went on a date with a guy, but it didn't end up working. But the guy kind of fell in love with Olive's best friend. But the best friend felt bad that Olive had dated him, but Olive didn't care. Like, she couldn't care less. So to make her feel comfortable with dating the guy, Olive lied and said that she is going on a date with someone, that she's seeing someone. Of course, it's not real, but the night she said to her friend that she was going on a date with a guy, she was at the lab, and her friend was at the lab too. So when she saw her, she freaked out and kissed a random guy in the lab. Little did you know, the guy was one of the most like promising new professors. Like, everybody wanted him in their university. Like, he was popular. So when she saw that he was a professor, she kind of freaked out, but he was kind of okay with it. So it just kind of turned into a fake relationship. They kind of fell in love. And this one is less of a like, are you freaking blind? Like, he loves you. Like, it's really ambiguous in the book. Like, you really don't know if the guy likes her that much until like a certain point, which I kind of like better than just being like, the boy likes you. I really like the book. I read it in like a day as well. Not overhyped at all, actually. Really liked it. So that was my review for these precious books. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below which book I should read next, and what are your thoughts on all of these books if you have read any of them. And also, don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to reach 700 subscribers by the end of July. And on that note, I will leave you to it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!